there, this is Linda G. Robert, your solution lady, your coach, and your teacher, with another very brief video. I wanted to talk a little bit more about how to answer the question, tell me about your experience, or talk to me about yourself. Now, I had a student just a few hours ago who wanted to practice an interview, and when I asked him the question, tell me about yourself, he started telling me more about his education. Now, he was a highly educated person. He had a master's in finance. He also had a BA, and he also had other trainings in the finance industry. And he also had experience. But I first heard all about the education, and I suggested to him that he lead in with the experience. For example, makes a big difference if the employer hears you say, I have over 6 years experience in finance. I was responsible for this, for that, for this, for that. I've also received some training in this and that. And my educational background is in this. And that complements the experience that I've also received. So when you hear the experience, somehow it brings more value to your interview, to your skills, because you not only have the education, and sometimes with the education, it's just theory. Depending on the program that you followed, you might not have had a lot of practical experience. But with your experience, you've had practical experience in your area of expertise. You've been able to practice team building skills. You've been able to practice communication skills. You've been able to practice some other soft skills, such as managing your stress, dealing with conflict, etc. So I always suggest to lead in with your experience, especially for the questions such as, tell me about yourself, or tell me a little bit more about who you are. You know, that type of question. You want to put the emphasis on your experience. Now, that doesn't mean that your education isn't important. It is. It absolutely is important. And sometimes it's more important than the experience. For example, if you're applying for a psychologist position, oftentimes they do require you to have a PhD in psychology. Experience is important, but you have to have the education, and you need to be a member of a certain order, a professional order. So it really does depend on the position. It depends on how it was written in the job posting. So you have to be the judge of that. You take a look at the job posting. You read what they're looking for. Read what the qualifications that they're seeking. What's the educational requirements? And decide what should the emphasis be put on. Now, you know they're going to be asking you about your experience. So you're going to have to review the posting at some point so that you could take a look at your experience, not just your current experience, but all of your work experience, and really start making stories or telling stories or giving concrete examples. Start making lists of your accomplishments as they relate to the position that you're applying for. So I hope that's helpful as a tip. If you do want more information, or if you want to practice your interviewing skills with me, especially if you are a student of English as a second language, I'm also a teacher, and I'm here to support you and to really help you to frame your answer so that you can be more effective and also give the impression that you're highly qualified and suitable for those positions. Please send me an email at teacherlindagr@gmail.com. You can also go to my website at lindagrobert.com. And of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you soon. Bye-bye now.